Yo, what is up guys? We are back with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Apex Legends beginners map guide. Everything you need to know in this guide is going to be at a beginner level. We're not going to go too in depth because, as I just said, it's a beginner's guide. This is basically to help everyone understand the basics of the map and get the grips on the stuff you can do with it, this how it tells you where certain stuff are and everything like that. So first of all, let's start off with the landing spots. Alright, they are 17 landing spots, right? There is slum lakes, artillery, relay, wetlands, cascades, the pit, runoff, airbase, bunker, bridges, swamps, hydro dam, market, Skulltown, Thunderdome, water treatment, and last but not least, repulsor. Alright, there are also several unnamed areas on the map that contain weapons and other loot, but they're so inconsistent, okay? Just do not land at them. Only land at them in worst case scenarios, alright? Like if you landed late to somewhere, because this affects your early game really bad, because you find so much inconsistent loot there, meaning that you can't really rotate anywhere else and feel comfortable with it because you don't have good stuff, right? So I'd always recommend landing at named locations because this actually affects your early game the most, right? But after landing at these places and playing this game for a bit, I personally recommend Skulltown, Thunderdome, and Swamps, right? Those are my personal top 3 places to land. Out of the 3, I like Skulltown and Swamps the most because Skulltown's more compact, but you're 100% going to find a good weapon most of the time anyway. And Swamps is more spread out, so if you don't find a weapon straight away, you can kind of rotate to other places without obviously getting caught off straight away because it's kind of spread out. There's a lot of buildings. And yeah, those are my 2. Thunderdome's just 50-50. Every now and then I would go there, but Swamps and Skulltown is definitely the place to go. In these named locations as well, there's loot tier zones, and Apex Legends actually shows you the variety of loot that you're most likely to find in certain areas. And you'll see this information flash under the name of the place you're landing at on the left side of your screen next to your map. And it will just it will show up in purple writing if it's going to be around purple loot there, if you feel me. So yeah. By the way, non-name locations do not have this information. That's another thing why I'm saying do not land there. It's a hint, it's a sign, okay? Hot zones. This is where you have a better chance at finding better quality loot. You have a chance at finding a fully kitted weapon, and if you're lucky enough to get one of those, you're bound to have the best advantage gun-wise in the early game anyway. However, a lot of people land here, so it's actually really risky. It's like, for example, Fortnite, Tilted Towers dropping, hoping to get a pump and an SMG as soon as you land. That's the type of risk you're taking, you feel me? But you can find it by pressing map or pressing your M button or whatever your one's bound to and looking for the blue circle on the map. It's just going to indicate where this actual zone is, right? So yeah, that's how you're going to find the hot zones, and that's what you're going to actually be playing with. That's the risk factor you're going to actually have. Respawn beacons, right? These are beacons that respawn your teammates. Apex Legends is the first to do this, and I thank them because it changes the dynamic of the whole game, right? First of all, to find these, before I get into them, you actually press M and they're the green dots on your map, okay? Them little green dots are where you can actually go to revive your friend. So please do not run to one that's in the zone when the zone's closing, because it does take 10 seconds to revive your friend and then your friend will spawn in the zone, okay? So don't be that person, thank you very much. But how they work, so basically when your teammate dies, he has a certain amount of time for you to actually go collect their banner, right? And with that banner you obviously go back to the beacon and spawn your teammate. However, if you get the banner, that it counts for your team, so your teammate can also go to the beacon. So whoever's closer would be obviously the one to go respawn your teammate. So you don't have to worry about you having to go because you're the one that got the banner. It's fine. Once you pick it up, it's fine. Your teammate has the banner. Your team has the banner, sorry. Supply ships. This is a ship that's fully stocked with high tier loot. You can land on the ship when you first start diving down, right? But that's also like Tilted Towers in Fortnite, okay? It's risky. You might not find good loot, but it's a higher chance that you will. And it's pretty much a fight to the death until you win everyone, until you kill everyone else, okay? So I wouldn't recommend landing here all the time, but if you're feeling like you want to play aggressive and get a high kill game, I would definitely recommend landing there. You find these by pressing M on the map or just looking on the map when you're first coming into your game, and you should see a flying ship. And on the map, you would actually see where the ship's actually going to be landing, and there's going to be a blue outline of the ship. So if you're flying nowhere near where that is, maybe if you stretch it there or land somewhere near there, you might be the first one to even get on the ship when it lands. So I'd definitely recommend trying to do that rather than trying to land on it mid-air, because it's too risky doing that in my opinion. Supply drops. These are a more familiar feature for those who have played other popular battle royales like PUBG and Fortnite. And these are drop pods that come down from the sky at random times during a match. And a pod will contain 3 pieces of loot, and it could contain a mastiff shotgun and a Kraber 50 cal sniper, okay? This sniper is the most OP sniper I've ever been shot by. It won, oh my god, let's not even talk about that. But anyway, these pods are the only place you can get these weapons, and you'll be notified ahead of time where the supply drop will be landing. But there's a trick you can do, right? If you press M when you see a supply drop and you don't see the icon, that actually means a lifeline's calling it in, meaning that you obviously know that there's enemies near there, you can go fight it out and then get the pod. But if there is an icon like showing where it's going to be landing, that means it's a spawn from the game, so you don't have to worry about other people. Well, obviously still be worried, but like you don't have to worry like it's another team that cooled it down. There's also these things called hot air balloons, and these are like other ways of implementing movement type mobility in this game, because they obviously didn't add vehicles like every other battle royale did. And what you want to do is you just want to go up to it and press your interact button, and it will literally just like get you up the zip line at the top and like launch you off. But a few tips with this, right, is that if you jump off early, you won't be able to glide anywhere. You can strafe a little bit, but you will just fall straight back down. So I would not recommend jumping off unless you're getting shot at when you're trying to rotate. But when you're actually going to reach the top as well, before you get to the top, look in the direction you want to go in before it launches you off. Because if you launch in the wrong direction and you try and turn back around, that's going to like slow down the whole momentum of your actual jump. So you might as well just go back down and like relaunch yourself. But there's actually a few tips with this, which I'm still trying to learn myself. You can like fly really far, but you have to like do some weird crap. But I'm going to make a video on that soon on how to actually do that. But that's the hot air balloons. And the final one we have today is the most simple one, which some people have no idea about. I have no idea why. But the arrows on your map indicate you and your teammates, okay? So when you're on the map and your teammate says, oh, someone's in front of me, but they might not call out like a direction, just look at the arrows in the direction that they're looking at, and that's where they're talking about. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This was just a short map guide just to give everyone the basics of what to do and what means what and everything like that, if you know what I mean. I know everyone loves when I say that. I don't know why, you creepos. But yeah. So feel free to subscribe, share this video around, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.